Thank you for joining me for a 1-hour Yin and Yoga Nidra practice. My name is Tamara Maxim. If you're watching this class on Facebook Live, thank you for joining me. At this time, the class will also be uploaded to my YouTube channel, and all the classes there are free, and there are classes for adults and kids, so I hope you take a look at that and feel free to practice any of the classes and share them. As well, I have a Spotify account under the name Tamara YVR, so if you'd like some music for your yoga classes or any time of day, feel free to check out my playlists and enjoy them whenever you like. Today our practice will focus on nourishing the heart, focusing on the idea of love, of bringing love in and also letting love out. So we'll begin in our practice tonight in a wide knee child pose, and I have several cushions here from my couch as well as a couple yoga blocks. You're welcome to bring those in for your practice if you have them, but if not, just improvise with whatever you have. You can take your knees wide or together, sit back onto your heels, and start to let your chest come down, and maybe you place a bolster underneath your chest. Maybe you place a block underneath your forehead, whatever you like to support yourself. And let your arms come forward. If you can get all the way down here into child pose without bolsters or blocks, that's great, but try to find your working edge, so not pushing yourself too deep or too far. It also sometimes feels good to put support behind the knees, so feel free to do that if you like. And start to focus in on a few deep breaths here in this wide knee child pose. We'll start by taking 3 deep clearing breaths. So centering yourself, take an inhale through your nose, and however it comes out, sigh out your mouth, exhale. Inhale through your nose. Let a breath go as you exhale. One more through your nose. And sigh out your mouth. And then allow yourself to soften into this child pose. Let the arms relax, so you don't have to lift the arm bones up, just maybe the forearms are down, shoulders are soft. If it's too much for you, you can always bring your hands beside your body, palms facing up. And with your forehead down, you're stimulating Ajna Chakra, the third eye. This is our intuition, our inner knowing. So tune into that receptive place and find an intention for your practice tonight. And as I said, we'll be opening the heart, so maybe you bring in the intention of love. Maybe you bring in the intention of caring or compassion. I'll read to you a beautiful place to start if you're thinking about it. Love. Like a river, love flows. In places it is deeper, but it is always patient, kind, and trusting. Love readily forgives and holds no grudges. It protects and honors others. There are no conditions or expectations. Love flows free. I hope in this practice you can open up the channel of your heart and allow your heart energy to flow freely. From this place, we'll open the practice with one beautiful sound of Om from your child pose. Feel free to join or listen and know that the sound of Om is meant to create a vibration of peace and harmony, and it keeps spreading and keeps rippling, and you tune yourself into it with this beautiful sound. Feel free to dedicate your practice to anywhere or anyone or anything that you like, as well as the sound of Om. Take a deep, clearing breath in through your nose. Sigh out your mouth. Inhale for Om. Another full breath in and a full breath out. Continue here in child pose, letting the forehead relax, letting the shoulders relax. If your arms are extended forward and you like, You can slowly walk your hands over to the right side of your mat, maybe even all the way off your mat. Take 5 deep breaths here. And if you like, you can walk your hands back through center all the way over to the left side. Going as deep as you like for 5 deep breaths. If you like, bring your hands back through center at this time. Keep your forehead down and then slide your arms beside your body if they're not there already. Let your forehead relax down. Let the shoulders soften over space of your thighs and your knees. Back of the hands pressing down. We'll take 3 Brahmari breaths, and this Brahmari breath will help to nourish your heart, soften the mind, create some clarity as you let things go. The Brahmari breath is a humming sound with the lips closed, so it's the sound of the Om. 3 in a row. Take a deep clearing breath in through your nose. Feeling that vibration into Ajna Chakra, the 3rd eye, all the way down the spine. Another one, deep inhale. Letting your heart vibrate out any tension and allow yourself to release. Last one, inhale. Feel yourself vibrating all the way around in that foundation of your posture, the ground beneath you vibrating and letting yourself go. Slowly start to walk your hands more forward. Come on to your knees and then extend your legs back behind you, coming all the way down onto your belly. Let your forearms come onto the mat. Like a number 11, elbows underneath your shoulders, palms spread wide, tops of the feet down, Sphinx pose. And if you like, you can place a bolster here underneath your chest. As you press the tops of the feet down, start to pull your heart up through the space of your arms and energetically hug your elbows in toward your hips. Try to keep space between the shoulders and neck. Gaze can be down if you like to lengthen the neck. You can also place a block here underneath your forehead. If it's okay for your neck, you can look straight ahead or maybe even start to look up and keep pulling your chest forward and up. Keep hugging the elbows toward your hips. Stay focused on your breath and your intention. And visualize your heart stretching in all directions. As you inhale, the front of the heart lengthens, then it opens side to side. As you exhale, press the back of your heart forward and up. So all the sides of your heart are stretching. If at any time you need, you can always lower down onto your forearms with your palms stacked, forehead down. But if you can, try to take about 10 more deep breaths here. And in a few more breaths, we'll have the option to move to seal pose, or you can stay here or any variation that you're practicing. Keep lifting the center of your heart forward and up. Feel the back of your heart pressing forward and up. Elbows hugging toward the hip points. Feel free to continue like this and seal, or take your hands a little wider than your elbows. Press into your finger pads and start to lift the arm bones up until the arms are straight and the chest is lifting. Seal pose. And if you have another variation of maybe taking the legs wider, bending the knees and toes coming toward the back of your head as you tilt the chin up, feel free to go there as well for a few more deep breaths. Getting more extension through the front line of the body, extending to all sides of the heart. 3 more breaths. Feel free for the last breath here to inhale through the nose and then sigh out the mouth. Slowly lower down. Make that little pillow with your hands, forehead down. You can stay here, maybe wiggle your hips side to side or bend your knees and windshield wiper feet side to side. And slowly we'll release back. Bring your palms underneath your chest, tuck your toes, shift your hips back and up. Child pose. Extended child pose, and then come up to tabletop. And just taking a few breaths here, cat and cow. Tucking your toes, knees under hips, palms under your shoulders. On your inhale breath, your tailbone goes up, tummy down, chest up, maybe look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Again, inhale, tailbone up, tummy down, chest up. Exhale, round the spine. Last time here, inhale. And exhale. Look to your belly, press into your hands around the spine. Coming through neutral, and sit back onto your heels, shift onto your hip. Take your legs out in front of you, and you can either turn to the side of your mat, like I'm going to do, or you can just extend your legs out to the sides. Coming into lateral dragonfly. So we'll start by going straight forward, and then we'll go side to side. So on your inhale breath, press your fingertips back behind you, flex your feet, curl your toes toward your shins, lift your heart. So feel the center of your heart lifting up as if somebody's pressing you right between the shoulder blades. As you exhale, start to hinge forward. And you may want to bring in some cushions or bolsters at this time. Maybe to lay over top of, maybe to support your head. Maybe you turn your head to one side for a few breaths and then to the other. I'll let you know when we're about halfway through. If you can go deeper, feel free to go deeper, but not to the point of pushing and efforting. This is meant to be easeful, slow release. Feel the back of your heart rounding as you curl forward. Take a few more breaths here with your head turned in one direction. And when you're ready, you can turn your head to the other side. Continue here in this forward fold, wide-legged forward fold, and then in a few more breaths, about 8 to 10 more breaths, we'll take it to the right and then to the left. Allow that rounding to happen in the upper back. Allow a surrender forward of your heart. Maybe if you have a bolster or prop, you want to let it go, let yourself come to your edge naturally, you can. Last couple of breaths here. Deep breath in, long breath out. And use your hands to slowly push yourself up, coming up off of a block or bolster if you have. Take your right forearm onto your right thigh, maybe it's inside. Left hand to your left hip, turn and twist open. Maybe reach your left arm up and over your ear just for about 5 breaths on each side. Feel free to support your head if you like. Turn your top elbow open. Release, coming up through center over to the other side. So left forearm onto your left leg, maybe inside, right hand to right hip. Reach up and over, or maybe head supported by your hand. Turn your elbow up, 5 breaths. Last deep inhale here, the long exhale, then allow yourself to come back up. Slowly gather your knees in, let your hands come behind you, and we'll windshield wiper the knees side to side. You might be facing the side of your mat or the front, doesn't matter at this moment. Maybe stop when your knees are all the way to the right. You can look down past your left shoulder and feel a stretch into the left side of your heart. And then let your knees come up through center all the way to the left. Look down past your right shoulder, stretching into the right side of your heart through the torso. And back up through center. Gather your knees in. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Then you can turn back toward the front of your mat if you're not there already. And bring a big cushion or bolster behind you, something that you can lay down onto. It could even be a folded blanket or a rolled up yoga mat. Coming into supported fish pose. So my cushion happens to be really big, but it's quite squishy, so it works quite well for this. You'll bring your hips right up to the edge of the bolster or cushion or whichever you're laying down onto. You'll lay yourself down gently. If you have a cute puppy, feel free to bring them with you, like I'm doing. You can keep your knees bent, feet on the mat, arms beside your body, palms facing up. If you want a little bit more, maybe try opening your arms in a T shape or cactus. You might want to support them with blocks underneath your hands. You can also take the feet together, knees out wide, in Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly shape. Or maybe you extend your legs completely straight. Wherever you decide to be, let it be sustainable, because this gentle heart opener is held for time. We want it to be something that you don't feel discomfort in and something that you can stay connected to. If your knees are out wide and you need that extra support, you can bring pillows or blocks underneath your outer thighs. Feel the center of your heart being pushed up from the back side, so there's a beautiful softening across the front of the heart, over your shoulders and your chest. Close your eyes if you like, or take a soft gaze downward. Connect with what is in your heart at this moment. What thoughts arise, what feelings arise. and then let them go with your breath. Try not to hold on or be attached. If anything, stay with your intention, stay with your breath. Allow the energy of your heart to flow freely into your heart and out of your heart. Receive love and give love. It's not a one-way street. If over time you feel that you might need more of a release, you can remove the props from your outer thighs. You can always lift your chest up a little higher too by using blocks rather than a bolster. See if you can start to lengthen your breath. Can you take a longer, deeper inhalation with an even small pause at the top? An expansive, open heart. And as you exhale, take as long as you can to release the breath all the way out. Find that pause at the bottom, that clarity, that openness, that surrender. Then another full breath in. This 4-part breath, the inhalation, the pause, the exhalation, the pause, is a beautiful way to signal your nervous system to stay in a state of relaxation. There's no rush, there's no thinking, there's no doing, no efforting, it's just being. Take your last 5 deep breaths here. Last couple deep breaths. Inhale through your nose. Sigh out your mouth. Inhale through your nose. And sigh out your mouth. Slowly start to bring your legs together, knees together. Take a few moments here, knees pointing up. And then with as little effort as possible, take a roll off to your right side or your left side if that's easier for you. And nudge whatever is behind you out of the way. You can lift it up and over your body, off of your mat, and just push it to the wall if it's nearby, or anything that you can do to clear the space. Take a couple breaths side lying in this fetal position. A beautiful place to reconnect with love, where we first felt love. And then take your time to gently roll onto your back. Extending your legs up toward the ceiling. Extend your arms up toward the ceiling, Viparita Karani. And from this position, you can feel the beautiful release of blood flow down your limbs in toward the center and toward your heart. You're welcome to stay here or come to snail and push your feet up and over your head, coming into shape like plow pose, but your knees can be soft, hands supporting the back. Either variation. Just for a few breaths. Viparita Karani or snail, reverse waterfall or snail. Take your last 6 deep breaths here. If you're in snail pose, slowly start to come back into Viparita Karani. Feel the expansiveness on your back melting down into the mat, the buoyancy of your arms and your legs. The last 2 breaths, sigh out your mouth. Then soften your limbs, hug your knees toward your chest, nice squeeze. Slowly bringing your feet down onto the mat. Lift up your hips and slide your block, if you have, or a bolster or a cushion underneath your hips for a supported bridge pose. Let your feet maybe walk out a little wider, toes pointing out. Let the lower back relax down into the block and feel that beautiful opening of the front of the heart. It's a cascading down from your heart toward your brain, with the heart slightly above the head creates a beautiful inversion opportunity. So now blood flow coming in toward the brain easily not against gravity. Refreshing the mind, relaxing the heart. You're welcome to keep your knees bent. If it feels good, you can try extending your legs and see how that feels. For some people, especially like me, if you have tight hip flexors, it might feel quite intense and even pinchy on the lower back. So if it does, just come back to the bent knees, or maybe even try bringing your soles of feet together. And one more option here is Viparita Karani, with the legs up, with the hips supported by your bolster. So a little bit of height here for this posture. And then choose which variation you like the best. Hold here till the end. If you have a block or a cushion underneath your hips and you feel like you could go a little bit deeper, I'm going to last half of the pose here, maybe turn it up to the second setting. Take some breaths here. If you haven't tried extending your legs, maybe do that for the last little bit of the pose. Feel that lengthening down the hip flexor through the thighs and up through the belly, and even over the heart. The last 5 to 6 deep breaths. Last 2 here. Last full inhale. Sigh out your mouth. And pressing down into your feet. Lift your hips up, slide out anything that's underneath your hips. Just take a moment here lying onto your back. Try not to hug your knees in. Just be still. If you need to, you can walk your feet out wide, inner knees touch. We'll make our way up to our seat, so you can either roll to one side and push yourself up, or now bring your knees in and maybe rock and roll a few times forward and back. It's a nice release for the spine. If it's too much for you, just roll to your side. And after a few rolls, make your way up to your seat. If you like at this point, you might want to sit onto a cushion or a block. To lift the hips up a little, we'll be coming into caterpillar pose. You can move the flesh around your seat from side to side. Maybe bring a bolster or cushion over top of your thighs. And then allow yourself to fold forward. Forehead can be down and turn to one side. But feel here the back body rounding. So it's not just the back of the heart, but from your heels all the way up the back of your legs, all the way over your hips, all the way up your spine, creating a big release in the back body, which is connected to our past, to our memories, our experiences. Everything that becomes imprinted in our emotional body is held here. So in these forward folds, as we start to stretch and release in the back body, we're releasing any pent up and held or blocked emotional tension. This is how we can access love. We have resentments, jealousy, anger. It masks our love. It covers it up. It makes it hard to access. So you can release that here. Forehead coming toward your shins. Even if you're high up in the posture, but you're feeling the stretch, then that's where you stay. You can go deeper. Try to keep the feet active, heels pressing out, toes curling toward you, so you get more of a lengthening up the back of the legs. If you need to, you can always soften your knees as well and relax the feet. You can still put your forehead toward your shins with your knees bent, curling over the legs. So normally in yoga we do this posture to get a big stretch for the back of the legs and a big lengthening of the spine. Here focus on stretching from your heels all the way up the back line and all the way over the crown, and don't worry about so much the lengthening, the elongation, more the softening. If you can, place your palms facing up, receiving love, giving love. You still are using props for the last part of the pose here. If you'd like to release them, allow yourself to work to your natural edge, you can do that as well. Take about 8 more deep breaths here. Feel free to use that sigh out the mouth. Your last 3 to 4 deep breaths. Caterpillar, this forward fold. Last deep inhale and a long exhale. Allow yourself to roll up gently. Lean back into your hands, point your fingertips towards your hips, stretch your chest forward and up. Walk your feet onto the mat, knees are bent. On your inhale breath, lift your hips up, a reverse tabletop. Stay here or drop the head back. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Slowly dropping the hips back down. Lower yourself gently down onto your mat. Feel free to take a couple of blocks with you if you have them, or pillows. Coming into supine butterfly. Take the feet together. Knees out wide. Support your knees with your blocks if you like. And from here you can start by bringing one hand onto your heart and one onto your belly. Take a couple of breaths into your hands. And if you want a little bit more heart opening, cactus the arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift the center of your heart up. Breathe here, stay here. Letting the inner thighs soften, knees move toward the mat, floor, and the center of your heart pulling up toward the ceiling. Sometimes in this practice, the mind starts to wander and we fade away from this moment. Just stay present here, experiencing this heart opening, this outpouring of love, and this inpouring of love. How often in your day do you stop to feel an inpouring of love? And how often in your day do you stop to create an outpouring of love? Do that here. feels good for a few breaths, you can turn your head to the right side and stretch down the left side of your neck. About 5 breaths here, and then over to the other side. You had your head turned to one side, you can turn it the other way. Last few deep breaths here. Start to bring your head back through center. Let's turn to the side. Bring your hands back to your torso. Give yourself a hug with your hands, one on the heart, one on the belly, or even over your shoulders. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale. If you have blocks under your outer thighs, you can remove them as you bring your knees together. Hug your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Release the lower back. And again, you can cactus the arms or bring them into a T shape. Tap your feet down enough to jog your hips a little bit to the left side, and then allow your knees to come to the right. And you might need something underneath your knees or between your thighs. Your right hand can come on the top of your left thigh. You can turn your gaze toward the side for 10 deep breaths. Wringing out any bits of tension and tightness from the spine. Stretching across the left side of the heart. The last few breaths here. And slowly bring your hands back beside you. Bring your hips back through center, knees back through center. Jog your hips a little bit to the right side. Bring your knees to the left. Make sure you don't squish any cute puppies. You can bring something underneath your left knee if you need. Cactus your right arm to the right or straight arm. Turn and look over your right shoulder. 10 breaths. And slowly bring your gaze back through center. Use your hands to support yourself, to bring your hips back through center. If you like, hug your knees into your chest. Maybe take happy baby. Reach through the inner knees, grab the outer edges of your feet. You can rock side to side. Maybe extend one leg, bring the opposite heel in. And then the other side, whichever variation feels good for you. Take your last few deep breaths here in happy baby. And then start to make your way into a comfortable position for Yoga Nidra and Javasana. You might want to place a big cushion or bolster underneath your thighs. You might want to put a pillow behind your head. Allow your legs to relax out, your arms to relax out. In Yoga Nidra, I will guide you through all the parts of your body, from the top of your head all the way down to your toes, through the 7 chakras, and you'll bring awareness to every part of the body. And as you do this, use that awareness to help you relax. Use your breath, sigh out your mouth as much as you like. If you fall asleep, it's totally okay, it happens all the time. If you hear my voice again, come back to it. Try not to think too much, just follow along very easily. So we'll begin here by taking a deep breath in through the nose. You can close your eyes if you like. Big breath in. And a big sigh out the mouth. Exhale. And now on your next breath in through your nose, bring your awareness all the way up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, drop your awareness all the way down your body, through both legs at the same time, all the way down to the tips of both feet, to the tips of your toes. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, relax all of your toes, left and right. Take a big breath in and bring the awareness all the way back up to the crown of the head. Feel a beautiful white light glowing above you. And as you exhale, drop the awareness all the way down at the same time into both legs. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, relax both of your legs at the same time. Relax your lower legs. Relax your knees. Relax your upper legs. Relax your hips. Take another deep breath in and bring the awareness all the way up to the crown of your head again. Feel that beautiful white light, see it above you. And as you exhale, drop all of your awareness down into both arms, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Take a deep breath in and relax all of your fingers. Take another deep breath in all the way up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, feel that beautiful white light glowing above you and allow your awareness to drop into both of your arms. Relax your wrists. Relax your forearms. Relax your elbows. Relax your upper arms. Relax your shoulders. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, relax from your fingertips all the way to your shoulders, left and right side. Take another deep breath in and bring your awareness all the way up to the crown of your head. See and feel a beautiful white light glowing above you. And as you exhale this time, drop your energy right down into the tailbone, Muladhara chakra, your root chakra. Allow the whole space around your root chakra right to the tailbone, all the way around the edge of both hips and your lower pelvis to relax. Take a deep breath in again and rise the energy all the way up to the crown, spread that beautiful white light. And as you exhale, drop the energy down, all the way down into Manipur, into Svadhisthana chakra, your sacral chakra, into your pelvis, into your hips, very lower back, just below the belly. Take a big breath in and rise the energy all the way up to the crown of your head. That beautiful white light glowing above you. And as you exhale, drop the energy down, Manipura chakra this time, to the belly. Take a full breath in and feel that belt around the belly, the sides of your ribs, your lower back, solar plexus, relax. Take a deep breath in, again, rise the energy up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, drop the energy into the heart. This is where you feel love. You feel the love for yourself, the love for others, where you give and receive. Take a deep breath in here to the heart chakra. As you exhale, completely relax your heart. Surrender to love. Take another breath in. Allow that beautiful white light to glow even brighter. And as you exhale, drop the energy down into Vishuddha chakra, the throat. Take an inhale breath and feel that expansive relaxation of your neck, front, sides, back, inside of your throat. Take a deep breath in. Guide the energy back up to the crown again. Allow that light to become even brighter, expanding all around you. And as you exhale, drop the energy down to the third eye, Ajna chakra. Relax your third eye. Keep awareness, intuition, inner knowing. Take another deep breath in. This time, allow the energy to stay and radiate the top of your head, Sahasrara chakra. And that beautiful white light now cascading out and around your whole body like a beautiful vessel of light. Feel yourself glowing and relaxing. Taking a full deep breath in through your nose. And a full deep breath out through your mouth. You start to feel your whole body relaxing all at once. From your feet, your legs, your hands and your arms, all the way up your spine, all 7 energy centers, all the chakras balanced. This beautiful white light cascading out of the crown and around your body, wrapping yourself. This beautiful healing light. Relax all at once. Allow yourself to feel buoyant and soft. You stay here in this beautiful light for the next few moments, allowing your whole body to soften, your whole body to relax. Allow yourself to shift seamlessly into Shavasana, your final rest, where I'll stay with you together the next few minutes in a state of complete surrender, state of complete relaxation, a complete softening and melting of the mind and the body into one. And slowly start to bring awareness back into your body. Take a full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. Again, breathe in and breathe out. If you like, you're welcome to stay here in this position as you are. Start to make some small movements, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe gently rocking your head side to side. Bend your knees, bringing your feet onto the mat, and take a gentle roll to one side. Stay there. If you're continuing to lie in Shavasana, totally fine, relax as you are. When you're ready, use your top hand to push yourself up, coming to your seat for final meditation. Hands can float to the heart. Start to bring awareness to your heart center, Anahata chakra. Bring into your mind's eye your intention, something that you love or someone that you love deeply. Hold it at your heart. Recognize the importance not only of giving love, but of receiving love. In this open state, allow yourself to have both. Love to give and love to receive. If you like, you can join me for one final chant of Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, a chant for peace. Peace for yourself, peace for each other, and peace for the world. Take a deep clearing breath in through your nose. Full sigh out your mouth. Inhale to begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the world know peace, the opening of our hearts to give and to receive love. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. Namaste.